What are the benefits of a highly resolving system? This question comes to us from Michael in Beirut, Lebanon. Paul, as you mentioned, most of the consumer speakers are more pleasant than resolving. So my question is, why the trouble of developing such a great and highly resolving PS product? Well, let me get my glasses on here. Well, most of the consumers won't be able to notice a difference on unresolving speakers. Don't get me wrong, I surely appreciate PS Audio's products. But if the products need to be tested on such highly resolving systems, such as the Infinity IRS-5, what's the chance that we can be able to benefit of such resolution in our modest systems compared to the Infinity IRS-5? So considering, what are the real benefits of high resolution electronics? Thanks again. What a great question. Thank you, Michael. We're in our small, this is the engineering conference room. I don't think we've ever done a video in here. As you know, most of you that watch these, I wander the halls on Saturday or Sunday when nobody's here, because otherwise, this place is alive with, we have to schedule appointments in here. We go, oh gosh. I have, in fact, I should probably, I don't think I've ever done this, but I got to show you something. So I'm gonna commit heresy here. Take a look at that. Can you see that? That's the GUI for Octave. And for Ohm's Law listeners, I'm showing this giant spider web of if-then statements, and it goes from here over to there, and we sit in here and try and ferret all this stuff out, and we use the big TV screen up here for Skype calls, and we have designers and developers all over the world, and we all gather together every couple of days, try and figure this thing out. It's a very interesting process. Okay. Well, there's a couple of answers to that, and we can delve a little deep. Boy, the questions have been really philosophical lately, but I appreciate them. So, for me, and I think most of the people here, the higher resolution of system that we have in order to do our work, and our work is mostly done through listening, so when we're designing products, whether they be speakers or electronics, we need the most highly resolving systems possible, so that, like a good investigator under a microscope or a magnifying glass, you can see any of the littlest problems and suss them out and fix them and then enhance them so that it sounds terrific. And then the question is, well, if you're doing all that, yet I can't hear any of that because my system isn't as resolving as yours, that's a good and valid point, but it misses the inner detail of how all of this works. So if we set some standards and we can say all systems resolve to some level, right? And some are high and some are low. So if you had a low resolving system and we worked really hard on this highly resolving system to get it just sounding perfect, then much of that work is lost on that low resolution system. That's absolutely true. Yep, you wouldn't hear much of what we do. You would hear the grand scheme of things in the same way that if you look at food preparation, you could put in hours and hours and hours to make a sauce just perfect and garnish it just right. But if you then, and it was a beautifully presented thing, and if you then put a blindfold on and ate it, it would still taste really good, and you'd notice a lot of the subtle details, but you wouldn't notice the garnish. You wouldn't notice the presentation because you can't see it, right? But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do that, because if we didn't design on this highly resolving system, that we'd have too much variation one way or the other in the end result for people that do have highly resolving systems. So I guess the simple answer is we have to design for every system. Some of our customers have some of the highest resolution systems in the world, and they expect our work everything that we do to live up to their standards, and we say it will. And it better, because they can easily hear. I mean, listen, we produce something that isn't quite up to snuff. I hear about it on the forums within minutes. It's like, you know, one of these updates, you missed that, or you didn't do that. Well, oh, our customers tell us real quick. So we got to design for the best, knowing that even if the lower resolution systems can't necessarily appreciate all of that, they certainly don't suffer for it. So it's always best to design as best you can with the highest resolution devices at your disposal to make the best you can, so that those who have those resolving systems can enjoy them and appreciate them. And it's of no problem or degradation to those that don't, and they can someday aspire to that, and our equipment will still stand the test of time. So that's the deal. Okay. Tomorrow morning we'll be in here again talking about Octave, our new system we've been working on what seems like forever, but it's slowly but surely coming. It'll be a cool app that I think you're going to love. But anyway, enough. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.